Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. Tonight we have a member request. One of our lovely members wrote in and she asked me to do a special reading on our favorite celebrity here. We know who you all know who that is because you write to me every single day. Please do a reading on Keanu Reeves. Okay, so we have a reading from Panchita. I don't know how to pronounce your name on this channel, but she says, I love your readings. You're the most authentic tarot readers I have heard. I think now he, meaning Keanu, is realized that he has reached a certain age and he feels surrounded by many people, but he feels more lonely than ever. Do you think he's going to shift his life and look for the one? Meaning the soulmate, I guess, the one that's most of you are wondering about. You're all wondering, will he meet the one, that special one? So let's see. Will Keanu meet the one? And members, you all know the routine. I sage the cards up. Got some sage here. And the seashell, I did sage them a little earlier. And then I shuffle. So this may be a members video only. We'll see what the cards say, because sometimes things seem a little too personal on a person, that's a real person out there in the world, and I don't always feel comfortable right away releasing some videos, so I have them for the members, and when I get a chance to watch them again, or to watch them for the first time, I can decide if I want to release them to the subscribers and to the general public. But for now, this may end up being a members only. It's definitely a members request. And why do I have to watch it? Because I don't remember a thing I said. When I read these things, I go into I realize later when I watch some of the videos, I'm like in an altered state. And I'm surprised at what I said. Actually very surprised at some of the things that come out of my mouth. I don't remember them. And then you're getting, and what happens is you ask me things in the comments, and I'm thinking, I don't remember what I said. I'm just in the reading. I'm in that energy when I read, because I really have to tune in, and I'm not in my normal thinking mind at all. I want to, oh, I feel like I got it. Let's see. Let's see. We'll see. Did I ask that question? Well, I have to make sure about one. So we talked about it. I want to just ask this of the deck to make sure the deck is ready for me. Will Keanu look for the one? Will he look for the one? Has he given up, or will he look for the one? I feel like this is it. The cards were listening. I love Spirit. Spirit is so cool. He's definitely thinking about it. He's come to the end of the line, right? But he wants that. He wants that. He knows he's at the end of, he's at the end of a cycle, but he wants that new beginning. So yeah, he's getting older, but he hasn't forgotten. He wants that one. There's 78 cards, and there's double that possibility when I read reversals. And the card that is the heart of the reading, the significator, if you know anything about tarot, I pulled that card. I pulled that card where all your cups are filled in that rainbow, and there you are with your sweetie. And you want that love life, you want that family life, you want not just a lover, you want someone who's family, you know? So this is divine love. This card, it represents divine love, harmony, like soulmate harmony. It's a blissful relationship. He wants bliss. He wants bliss. He wants that, you know, not just harmony between him and his partner, but he wants to feel like that inner happiness and that alignment. Like he wants his dreams to come true. He's thinking about it. Family connection, total love and support. He wants support from the one. He wants support. I'm getting that. Wait, maybe I'm really feeling it. Okay, that's what I get the feeling he has really good friendship and really good, like certain compatibilities, but I feel like he's looking for that total love and support, that real deal, and it's taken him a while with the number 10. It's taken him a while, but he's thinking about it. And the next card, I'll put these down so you could see. I'll just lay them down, and then I'm going to talk about each one, okay? So move this here. Oh, he's got the star. Oh my God, his hopes are there. Wow. Wow. The lovers. The cards, I'm telling you, this is on his mind. This is conscious thoughts. Oh my God. Yeah, he's thinking about it. Whoa, but subconscious. Whoa, poor guy. Oh my God. Wow. So, recent past. Wow. Okay. And the near future. Ooh, kidoki. Justice. Yeah, damn, the karmic card. Again, in these positions. This is rough. This is rough. That's his environment. This is his subconscious thoughts. Wow, I'll talk about them. He's worried about not having this inner strength for that. Okay. Wow. Boy, he's very critical of himself. Okay. Look at the bottom of the deck for the here and now. Got some choices he's pondering, some victory. He's ready for a new start. He's ready to, venture out. Wow. Celebrate women. Energy of contemplation. We'll go over these cards in a moment. All right, so let me talk more about the other cards. So he does want to find the one. And he's reaching the end of a cycle with the number 10, and he's ready to have a new beginning. He's thinking about it. Let's just say that. He wants something else. He wants that one. Okay? But what's crossing this, like what's the obstacle, is his faith. Now, the obstacle card is often read as a reverse. So what is blocking his happiness, his fulfillment with this divine love, is he has a lot of despair. I guess, he's had some difficult times when it has come to love early in his life. He's lost people he really loved dearly, friend, and would have been his wife and his child. So, of course, he has a lack of faith that is blocking him. He is feeling insecure and discouraged there's there is like a disconnection, because this would be very connected to the stars, to your angels, to your guides, and but in reverse, because it's blocking this happiness, it's read as a reversal, like he's feeling disconnected from spirit, from his faith, but he wants that. So I know a lot of you really have the warmest feelings for him. You want him to be happy. You want him to find his soulmate. So I would say he's got a lot of good energy in his fan base, and a lot of his fans, thousands of you. I see the views. The thousands of you are on here looking, at these videos and wishing him well. So I would say a prayer for him to find his soulmate, because to find his faith again, to find his hope, his trust, because he can't really draw that to himself in this state of mind, with this blocking his energy. You understand? Now, conscious thoughts, I said he's got the lovers on his mind. This is the conscious thoughts position. This is what he's thinking about. He wants harmony with the number 6. He wants this relationship. He wants the ultimate partnership with someone. He wants like sexual chemistry. He really, really is craving that with this lover's card. He wants that. He wants to be able to like open himself up and stand naked, like really open himself up completely with somebody is what I'm getting. Like everything about him. He wants to share that with someone. He has to keep so much of himself inside for the public eye, but when it comes to his partner, he really wants to be, not just sexually naked, but emotionally naked. He just wants to be himself with them. He wants to open up completely and feel comfortable. He wants that compatibility. He's looking and striving, and he wants that guidance. You see, he doesn't just want a partner. He wants somebody that's meant for him. He wants that divine guidance that only really can happen in that way. It's not just a matter of finding someone you get along with or are attracted to, or that's a good person or whatever. He wants more. He wants passion. He's thinking about having a lot of passion. He wants that deep love. He wants the strength of the two coming together. I think he feels right now is what I'm getting from the cards, especially this lack of strength, but the hope and fear in this reading is he wants this divine partnership coming together. He wants the strength of that mountain and the two coming together, and the strength of heaven looking upon them. He wants that support from another, and he wants the two build together and become a really strong, maybe do some incredible good in the world. Because he's very charitable. He likes to do good things for people. So I think he's looking for a partner. And this ties to the next reading I'm going to do, because somebody else, I have to find her comment, one of our other members asked if he finds his soulmate, right? If he gets to find his soulmate, when he finds his soulmate, what kind of good will they do for the world? I see that that's on his mind right now. I can feel it. he also wants to have a choice. There's something about, I don't know why he doesn't feel like he has a choice right now, but there's something in his energy in the reading here, not from looking at him, but from this reading, that I don't feel like he has, even though probably, I don't know, thousands of people, probably men too, adore him and would want him and would gladly. I think that for some reason, even though he is so loved, I think he's somewhat isolated in his own little culture of stardom, that he doesn't feel like he has choices. He doesn't have the choice for this true love. It's hard for him. There's something about that. And he really wants the strength of the two together, really coming up like that mountain. You know how a mountain, it starts down at the bottom of the sea, and then it rises up with the earth changes, when things change and collide and rise up. I used to wonder why Himalayan sea salt is, I wasn't, it's from the mountains, right? It's from the mountains. It's excavated from the mountains because the mountains at one point were at the bottom of the sea. So it's that kind of energy, that, that turbulent emotional energy. That's what he wants. He wants that, like when he meets them, he wants like the earth to move, He wants that kind of passion. He wants that earth to move and shift, and the mountain to rise up. I'm not saying anything dirty. I'm just saying emotionally, that turbulence underneath that's been suppressed and buried, that he wants that. He wants that. He wants that coming together like that. He wants heaven and earth to move. I'm telling you, I'm channeling right now. He wants heaven and earth to move when it comes to his soulmate, when it comes to finding the one. Because he wants that passion. He wants that chemistry, that he wants that sexual energy. And I think I don't know, I just don't get the feeling with his friend, his partner right now. Just focusing on the photograph, the drawing. But he really wants that angel to come in from the cloud and bring that light to him, that enlightenment, to shine a light and bring on that person and bring him to that person. That's what he's thinking consciously. I may have to make this reading in 2 parts, because it's getting long, and I'm only in the third card out of many, and I don't want this to get too long. But I know you Keanu fans, you'll probably watch the whole thing. All right, so his subconscious, wow, he has been stressing out over this issue underneath it all at night. So this is the 9. I've pulled this card for him before. I don't know if I pulled it upright or in reverse before. I've pulled this card in his other readings. I have. So it's like it keeps coming up, and this is in his subconscious. So in his subconscious, he has all this inner turmoil. He has so many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Like there's a lineup with the number 9, which is feeling alone. He feels alone with the number 9. Read my numerology video. Watch my numerology. I am tired. I'm always doing these late at night, trying to fit these readings in. And at the end of the day, when my makeup is all worn out and I'm tired, that's when I do these readings. But yeah, he's got a lot of deep-seated, deep fears, like they're low, right? They're deep-seated, they're like, right? They're coming up. And he has some secrets, you know. He's, I think there might be, you know, there might be some worry. Will he be accepted? You know, everyone has a shadow side or different sides of themselves. They're like, you know, even though everyone thinks he's amazing, he's handsome, he's creative, he's talented, da da da, you know, but he may have his own, you know, insecurities. He's human. He has his secrets. He's human. There's things he's been through. And, you know, we don't know what he's been through other than what's on the internet. There's a lot of things that actors go through, especially he started out young. We don't know what he's been through. There's a lot of trauma that goes on. You know, it's a hard industry. So, but he is starting now to have hope because it's in the reverse position. In the upright position, it's all about the fear and the worry and the anxiety. I can't sleep at night. He's been through that already. He's been through that. It's in the reverse position saying, I am starting to release some of these fears and worries about finding the one. He's like, okay, I'm at the end of a cycle. I am feeling alone, right? He's feeling alone. Whether, you know, you can feel alone in a relationship. I was married before. I never felt more alone than when I was in that marriage. And I had another couple of relationships. I'd rather be alone, physically alone, and you know, not with anybody, than feel more alone when you are supposed to be with somebody. You feel like it's not there. They're not really there for you, supporting him, you know? Maybe he's doing all the supporting. You know, maybe he have a friendship, whatever, but I think he wants someone to bring him up and support him and make the two stronger. The two build a mountain and build something wonderful together. And it's like maybe for the world. So I'll read about that. I'll read about that member's question, because it's a good one. Like, what kind of good can they do in the world if they get together? So when you get the Nine of Swords in reverse, it's showing that he may be reaching out to somebody, right? He's ready. He's thinking about reaching out to somebody, or I don't know. I mean, he still has something going on. Maybe they have an open relationship. Who knows? Who knows? People have all kinds of things going on. I saw another reader, Celeb Tarot. She said they had a poly something relationship. Who knows? Who knows? I didn't read on that, so I don't know. But it's possible, right? It's possible. But it seems like he's coming to this end of a cycle and tired of feeling alone. And he wants to start reaching out. I gotta get a drink. This reading's going on a long time. I need some tea, black tea. A black tea with oat milk called Holiday Nog oat milk. So it's got all the holiday spices to make my black tea taste really good. Anyway, I've got, this is so funny. I get the same cards I got from a month ago. A month ago, I'm getting the same cards. You saw me shuffle, it's crazy. So he's got the Hierophant in reverse. You know, this is in the past. This is a very unorthodox card. So it's saying that he has an unconventional, unorthodox, maybe that other reader was right, about the polyamory. Oh my God, I can't imagine that kind of relationship. That would make me crazy. I'd rather be alone than in a polyamorous relationship. Oh my God. But anyway, it's showing that his relationship in the past, this whatever he's going through, that it's very unorthodox. It's different. It goes against the grain. It's unconventional. Maybe it's unconventional because he's not dating someone that's 20 years younger, only like 10 years younger. Maybe because a lot of celebrities, they'll date someone 20, 30 years younger, so maybe it's unconventional in that way because he has someone closer to his own age. A lot of men in the Hollywood date much younger, right? And so maybe it's unconventional that way. And I shouldn't go into that polyamory thing. I don't really know. I didn't ask that question. But it's unorthodox. So he's been going. I got this card about him that he's kind of a rebel, kind of different. It had to do with his career. I think that was like 2 months ago that he kind of, because he turned down important parts that other celebrities would think are really important, but it wasn't good for him. He had other passions on his mind that he really wanted. And he suffered because he followed his own heart, what he wants to do, and not be controlled by anybody else, or the system or the corporate system in Hollywood. He didn't get movies for so many years, like I think almost a decade. I can't remember until until he hit it big. I think with John Wick. I think there's a series with John Wick. I think that's when things turned around. Again, I need your comments to fill me in. I only know so much. Okay, I don't know a whole lot about him. But yeah, it shows that he's so unorthodox that some of the things he's done in the past may seem foolish to other people. It's showing like actually he's very generous with this card because in the reverse position, in this position it's like, oh, it's all about me and I want this and that. But in this position it shows that he can be extremely generous, and that there's there's a frailty with that. Like he's generous because he feels a certain frailty within himself, so he can empathize with others, and he's generous because he doesn't want to see people suffer. And he has a lot of, actually, one of the good things about him with this card that would help him, that would actually help him because he's having trouble with faith and hope, that the one good thing that this card is showing me, that he has actually blind faith. He has like blind faith. He believes in people. He can believe that something could happen. He's capable of having faith just for the sake of having faith. Like, I just believe, right? So it's like blind faith. And it can the hard thing with the blind faith is it can mess you up, because if things, don't work out, with the number 5, it's a crisis card, it's a conflict, it's difficult. And this is a major arcana card, so it's like change. He's been through change, crisis. That, with the blind faith, and you're just, you're like a puppy, like in a way, like a puppy, that just loves and has faith in life. It's going to be good. I'm just going to follow him. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I have faith, and I'm going to walk here and do that and feel it out, just sense it out like a little puppy would, that there is like that frailty of a puppy, there's something about this card in reverse. Sorry, I'm just coughing still. I'm getting over something. I'm sorry I coughed through half the tarot scope, the 12 astrological signs readings for everyone. They're all uploaded, by the way, for December now. So please go watch them. You can watch your sun, moon, and rising sign. But anyway, I'm tuning in And I'm getting an aspect of Keanu. Oh, maybe it's that John Wick thing. I saw a puppy in the movie, in the trailer. But I'm I'm getting an aspect that's an aspect of Keanu. Sorry as I tune in. Sorry, I'm sorry it takes a while. Just bear with me. I'm really trying to get this. So I just got so one of the things is why that movie meant so much to people about the puppy, right? Besides the storyline, which I'm somewhat familiar with the storyline of the movie. But when people saw Keanu with that puppy, the reason it touched their heart so much is that was perfectly cast. I got chills. I got validation from spirit just now. So sorry, I'm listening to spirit on the inner with my clairaudience. Oh God, I'm getting a lot right now. Validation. Okay, so I'm on the right track. So one of the reasons people really related to that movie and why it took off, I'm getting this, is because it was perfectly cast. That there really wasn't another actor that would get the sympathy. There wasn't another actor that could play it like that because Keanu is that puppy. So even though people saw that puppy in the movie and the poor puppy, what happened to the puppy, um, it broke their heart because they could see that Keanu is like the human embodiment of that puppy, and they could relate that. And that's I got it. I got it. Sorry, I got a message from spirit what this card is about. All right? This unconventional card. And why the puppy? Because you don't normally associate a puppy with this card. But the frailty of the puppy is the frailty of Keanu. And that's why he has a hard time with hope and trust. Wow. I I tune in, but I have not had a guide. I have not ever, when I've done a celebrity reading, have my guides come in just now physically. They're right, they're 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 giving me some physical signs in my body right now. These are the kind of um, things that happen when I do uh, mediumship with my clients. So it's weird because I wonder if Keanu will see this. Maybe I should make this public and not just members, but maybe members for a little bit because I promised them first run. Yeah, it's so weird. I'm getting the guides coming in. Usually the guides are for that person, like that I'm reading for. It's their guides. And God, I almost feel like, tell me, Spirit, what's going on? It's possible he may see this video, even though he has no YouTube or social media. It's possible because I th I think his guides were coming in, not just my guides. Because usually when I have that, I'm still getting used to this mediumship that I'm doing. I had tuned it out for the first 30 years of my life, and I worked hard to tune it out because it scared me. But in the last 10 years, because I've lost, people that I really love, you know. and I can't talk to them anymore like I used to in person. So, especially my sweetheart dad, I miss him. I want to hold his hand. I used to go to the hospital and put my cheek on his chest and play YouTube country western music to him. You lose people, and Keanu's been through a lot of loss, he's lost people. So that's what made him the loss, and all of this pain and suffering in his mind he's been through made him the ideal actor. He was cast perfectly for John Wick. That's what I'm hearing. Nobody else could play this part with the puppy storyline. And they could have made an action movie with maybe somebody else, but it wouldn't have that emotional quality, because Keanu is the puppy. On a soul level, Keanu has some of that essence, that vulnerability of the puppy. And he has that blind faith of a puppy. Oh God, they're back. They're back. Sorry. They're back. They're back here, giving me a reassurance. And I'm saying exactly the right thing. Wow. And I think that role he played, it's a very unconventional role. This was a major moment in his life. This is a major arcana card, Hierophant. And that was a change for him. That was a big change. Fives are change. But, fives, they're like hard. There's a lot of violence. So that movie had a lot of violence. He's an assassin, right? He's an assassin in the movie. He's this lovable assassin. He's this lovable, puppy lovable assassin, right? So that's very, very Hierophant reverse. Wow. Yeah, and very worldly, like high level assassin, like the Hierophant, high level, like in the structure. Because I think that he was like, what you would say a corporate assassin, like very high, like not just a contract killer, but high in the hierarchy. Because I kind of got that impression from seeing previews of the other John Wick trailers, that it's like a very high level assassin type organization. So yeah, I got a lot from Spirit about that. So in the near future, he's juggling earthly resources. I suspect this is more about his body than his finances. And he's feeling off balance. He is doing a lot with this. It's feeling rocky. Look at the waves, and he's only on one leg, and he's juggling. There's this infinity loop of like, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do that, gotta do that. So he has to, you know what I'm getting? Getting multiple locations. Yeah, I get the ship. I don't normally get multiple locations for this card, but I'm feeling like juggling his body over here, then juggling his body over here, like here and there, maybe because he travels a lot. He goes home and he has Hollywood, and then he goes somewhere else, in another part of the world, and he's like really having a hard time finding that balance in the near future in regard to, looking for his the one, right? The one, right? So, anyway, what's so cool? This is so interesting. I've never had a card pulled for a person to represent the person. So he's got angel number 11. He's got a master number. That's representing him. And, that's like he's a leader. He's got 2 ones, right? Leader. He's got angel guidance with 11 and 1 and 1. If you did add them together, it's a 2, so it's a partnership number. But usually we leave 11s alone because they're master numbers. But the card that represents who he is someone who is very just and fair. He cares about truth. Truth is really important to him, and having clarity, like judgment clarity. Like, you see the swords? It's important for him to have mental clarity. Yeah, he wants equality. He wants balance. That's him. He's very aware of karma, the laws of cause and effect. So in relation to love, in finding the one, his partner has to have similar qualities, because this is who he is at the heart of himself. He can't be with somebody phony. He has to be with somebody who is very just and cares about truth. Someone who's fair and balanced. Do you see the scales that she's holding? There's only a couple cards in this whole deck of 78 cards that have the scale. The 6 of Pentacles has this, like being fair what you distribute to people. So he's very, very aware of how things are distributed. He wants equality. Again, it's under this card. Listen, it's right under this card in the reading. Do you remember how I said he wants someone who's supportive, like equally, like he's supportive, but he wants someone also supportive to him. And he wants that strength to come up, that mountain to rise, like that big, like maybe like he would love like a big project to work on them with, like that other member was asking from our audience. Like she was saying, I think she was saying something about he has a lot of causes and he cares about people. Will his soulmate, I have to read it. I have to find her question, but I know the gist of it if I have to do a reading without reading her question again. That she was wondering, like, if his soulmate was going to do a lot of good in the world when he finally finds her. Would they partner up and do good, I think also, that might happen because he might, not do as much in the movie industry with AI going on. All the crazy, all this AI takes away jobs. Oh my God, it changes things, and things are changing, So he does have his hands. Oh yeah, he's balancing it all. He does have his hands in many opportunities. He has different companies, and he's got a band. He's with a band. He travels. He has a motorcycle company. He's an author. So he does have a hard time finding that balance, but he cares about balance so much in relationships because he's balanced. He cares, so he needs that in somebody. It's right under the Lovers. It's right under the Lovers card. Well, Spirit's really listening tonight because this is the first time I've had them come through, in a big way, physically through my body while I'm doing a reading on someone that I'm not actually speaking to, because normally I have to speak to somebody to get that kind of clairaudience and mediumship coming through my body. So, wow. I wonder, yeah, Maybe someone who knows him has social media is going to see this. I don't know. Oh, the card for his environment. This is a hard one. It's the Ten of Swords in reverse. I mean, the 10, it's like the end of a cycle. It's after going through all the suffering of the Nine of Swords. It's you're coming to the next number. But all those swords then pierced his back. Like he feels it throughout his body, like he's traumatized. All his thoughts and these things that run in his mind, they affect his body. I'm hearing it. So he may look strong in the movies, like he's doing all this action stuff. But his spine, it feels like it's been pierced, just been through hell. And I don't mean physically through hell, although it probably has from all the work he's done. It's very physical, it's demanding. He's 60. I don't know the last time he's done stunts or done, things like stunts. I saw him speak on a talk show and he said, I don't do the stunts. The stuntmen do it, but he does perform a lot of his own action things. He works really hard. But I'm not talking about the physicality. I'm not talking that this is coming from physicality. This is coming from thoughts and words. So this sense of everything hurting in his body is the source of it is words, whether they're his own words in his mind, which we see up here, or other people's words, like maybe criticism. He's in the spotlight. I think he has a lot of favorable criticism, but it's from the air element, from someone voicing something. And when you have the Ten of Swords in reverse, it's like he has come, like his environment, it just feels like it can't get any worse. It can't get any worse. And that something that he has been holding off in regards to finding the one it's like he wants to let go of these thoughts, whatever these self-defeating thoughts are, things that he's heard, things that pierce him. He's starting to now let go of them. He's like willing to release them. And I really get that these are thoughts that keep him up at night, that have kept him up, that they're coming from him. A lot of it, or from his subconscious. It's things in the subconscious is whatever you've experienced in the past. It just keeps running that movie inside you over and over and over again. And even though consciously, you may say, consciously you're thinking about love, right? In the subconscious, he had his mom had these, broken marriages, and, he had multiple fathers, and there was a lot of, definitely rejection from his birth father. He left the family, he was a drug addict. So I know that much, that, that's trauma. And that's the kind of thing that, before the age of 7, there's a famous Catholic saint, I can't think of his name, but now people follow from the Middle Ages. From the Middle Ages, he talked about that there's such an imprint on the psyche of a young child up until the age of 7, and it's really hard for them to overcome their thought process. We would call it now programming in our day and age. The programming, the movies that run in someone's head that we cycle over and over and over again. And I feel that. I feel like that may be him getting into the movie business was a way for him to process his emotions and sit with them and to play these different roles. You know, it's a way to have permission to have these feelings. You have permission at your job. Your job is to go in and feel these feelings and act them out because, sorry, I'm all itchy. And it's like dry in here. It's winter here in Philadelphia. It's cold and the air is dry because I have the heat on. I need to put a mister around the room and spray some essential oils and water. Then I feel better. Anyway, so I'm getting that he's able to release through his creativity, through his vision of what he wants in his books and in the movies, through playing these parts. There's an aspect of that where he can process and release that trauma. Yeah. His hope and fear. It's a hope or a fear. Well, this is definitely a fear card with strength in reverse. Hopes and fears are things that cause you anxiety. You're hanging on to hope, or you have anxiety because you're panicked in fear mode, right? So he is feeling like low energy right now. Well, you're going to feel low energy if this is happening in your environment. And if this is going on and on in your subconscious, right, for a long time, you're definitely going to feel very vulnerable and low energy and a lot of raw emotion. I mean, raw emotion. This is the lion, right? This is a very humble woman. She's got an apron on. So she's not from aristocracy. She's humble but she has a lot of wisdom, right? And she's trying to extract something from maybe a tooth that hurts from the lion's mouth. So she's able, through the power of persuasion and her inner strength, even though she's humble, she can come up to that lion and tame the beast. But in reverse, that beast is untamed. That beast is crying out. There's raw emotion stuck there, right? So there's some raw emotion going on with Keanu. At least the cards are saying that. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. He has not granted me permission to read where I would tune in to his feelings, but we'll find out if the cards are saying all this. We'll see how that plays out. You can let me know, are these cards telling the truth about Keanu? Are they telling his life? I believe they are, but again, he hasn't hired me to do this, so this is for entertainment, and this is what the cards are saying. So I'm giving you, definitions of the cards, and if you are an aspiring tarot reader, you'll learn a lot from me by watching these celebrity readings, as well as my collective readings, because I explain the meanings of the cards in the position they're in. So we're in the hope and fear section of the reading. And he has a lot of self-doubt. And his energy feels like very low. There's a lot of raw emotion bubbling up. And he's struggling and he's got his pride. Like, pride of a lion, but he's like, he can't be vulnerable. You know, the lion in this position is in the upright position with the number 8 saying, I'm strong and I'm empowered. She's empowering, right? And he's empowering by being vulnerable. In this position, the lion got rid, you know, he let go of his pride. And he's like, I'm going to let this humble woman pull this tooth, this achy tooth out of my mouth, or something that's hurting him. But in the reverse position, the pride of the lion is getting in the way. Oh, I wonder if the one is a very humble woman. Like very, definitely not as, I think I got that before. She wouldn't be a celebrity. So I was talking about, you know, she has this, you know, floral apron on. She's like a peasant, you know? Maybe that's a worry. It's under the unorthodox card too. It's under the unorthodox position. So there's some relationship to that when the cards are near each other. Yeah, you know, I wonder. So maybe that he could be worried, like, I wonder if he's met her already. I haven't done a card reading to see if he's met her, but I think it looked like he hadn't months ago. We'll just say that. I don't know if he's met her yet, but she might come from very humble beginnings. And I haven't quite, I'm just trying to tap in, but I haven't quite gotten the answer yet. But there is a struggle. There's a struggle. Maybe maybe that's it. I'm not sure, but he definitely is experiencing raw emotion. And that's an issue. And maybe, you know, maybe the reason he doesn't feel like he has choices, I kept getting like, he doesn't feel like he has a choice. And maybe it's because of that world that he's in. It's a very, you know, certain kind of circle, and you probably don't, you know, if he had been not a star, maybe it would have been easier to find his soulmate because he'd be a humble man with a humble woman. He had more choices. Maybe he would have more choices because he'd be out in the world more, not just in relation to his career. You know, with everything being like business all the time. So, in the final outcome, the way the energy is moving now, I hate to say it, this is not good. He definitely has love on his mind. Everything that we saw just showed, especially the first 2 cards, you know, the first 2 cards, couldn't be more clear. They couldn't be more clear that he is looking for his soulmate. But the final long-term outcome is showing the opposite. Like if it were upright, we'd be like, oh, wow, he listened. He listened to the angel. You see the angel? So the angel here is bringing the lovers together. And if this card were upright, this would be like a resurrection for him, a renewal. He would heed the clarion call, the sound, the call. When spirit calls through you, he'd be rising up from death, from like everything that's felt dead to him, and he would listen to spirit. But it's in reverse. You know, there's a lot of self-doubt. I mean, this is like everything is Keanu, what's going on? What's going on? There's all this self-doubt. Everyone adores you. What's going on? Like all these women love him, and I think some men maybe. And but there's something about him. He's not feeling good about himself. He is so critical of himself. He's a Virgo. Of course he's going to be critical, but it's too much. He's ignoring the call. Ignoring the call to have a renewal, to have, yeah, that's a shame. You know, and this relationship, if he could just listen to his angels and guides, you see the red cross. This would be a very healing relationship. It would heal him. He's got a lot of pain. He's got a lot of pain, this man. Got a lot of pain. And he's lost hope, you know? It's just, and that's a shame because he cares about everybody else. He cares about everybody else and being the giver and distributing and being just to everybody. But for himself, he's not showing enough self-awareness in relationship to being in a relationship, like the soulmate, like a true love relationship. He doesn't have enough self-awareness because he doesn't know how to listen within the inner with his guides. You know, to find that partner, you have to heal a certain amount. He's had a lot of trauma. You have to heal. You have to do a lot of self-care. I'm getting the impression he doesn't take good care of himself from the cards. That he, you know, not just these cards, but I've done other reading on him. And he just pushes through everything. He focuses on a lot of work to ignore his heart, you know, like he gets a lot of validation from his work, which is, you know, a Virgo thing. It's very understandable. But I don't know, he's punishing himself. With Judgment in reverse, why Keanu doesn't feel he deserves love? You know, because he hasn't found it, like because the ones he loved were taken from him. Maybe it's from a past life. I don't know, but it's a shame because everyone loves him so much. He's so lovable. He's so lovable. But he can't allow that in for some reason. Unless, and this is not, you know, the way the tarot works, it reads the current energy. It is December 1st, 2024 right now when I'm reading this. Oh my God, I just looked at the time. It's 11:11. 11. That's my dad looking at me. By the way, my dad always does that to me throughout the day. The 111, the 11:11. But it's also the angel number. The angels are acknowledging right now when I said December 1st, and I looked up at the time, it's 11:11 as I record this. So interesting. This is a long reading. Sorry about, I didn't mean for this to be so long. We're not even done, and we're not going to get to do the oracle part because the tarot is taking forever. So let me explain tarot to you and what psychics do. We see the current energy. We read the current energy. We are not fortune tellers. This is not fated and written in the stars to be his fate of not finding the one. This is based upon his current energy of how he feels, because he's been through a lot of trauma, a lot of trauma in his mind over and over and over and over again. And he's lost faith. He's lost faith. And that's what's blocking him. This is the obstruction card in the reading. But I do it like this. I do it like this in because my table area is tiny. But in the normal Celtic cross reading, this would be in the center and this would be crossing it to say, I'm blocking you. This is the issue. The lack of hope and faith is blocking you from getting your rainbow of happiness and all your cups filled by every color of the rainbow and dancing with your true love and saying, thank you, God, I have my soulmate. Well, what's blocking you is your lack of faith and hope. You are stopping, he's stopping himself is what this reading is saying. And it's a shame because she would be a healer. She would be a healer for him. And it would give him such a sense of renewal. Like if he could change the energy around and make this outcome upright, it's in the reverse position, it would be like he's has a whole new life. He's just, everything that was like bottled up and stagnant and it just, felt like he can't have this. He would say, I can have this now. I feel renewed, I'm reborn. He would feel completely reborn and awakened. He would be awakened, So what has to happen for him, and maybe you could all pray for him, he needs to find his strength. He's lost hope that he has strength, and he's lost hope. He's lost his faith, and he's focusing, on the pain. He's focusing on the pain for way too long. But he wants love. He's thinking about it. So he's at a turning point. It could turn. Let me just see what the rest of the cards in the here and now that I pulled. All right, so let me get these out of the way. So all the energy is malleable. Now, unfortunately, I'm not doing a reading for him. He's not my client. But if he were my client, I would say, hey, you have the chance, you have the possibility of this, but you are the one stopping it. You are the creator of your life, and your thoughts and your emotions, your bottled up emotions, and the thoughts that go on and on in your head. And for some reason, you're not feeling worthy. But I think you all would say he has some secrets that maybe he hasn't let out. Remember, he wanted to feel completely naked with his partner, like really naked, emotionally naked. I got from this reading because I was hearing it from the guides. If he were my client, I would say, just ask your angels and guides for help. They're there for you. I always tell my clients that. I said, you have a team behind you. You have a team behind you. They're there to help you. You just have to ask. So he's probably too afraid of being hurt, or they wouldn't do it. Who knows? Wouldn't do it for him, the angels and guides. But that's what they're there for. They don't decide if you're worthy. Keanu is somehow feeling unworthy. I don't know why. Maybe because when life doesn't work out for you, you feel unworthy. You feel like, I must have done something. I've experienced a lot of trauma. Really bad things happened to me, and I felt like, wow, if people did these horrible things to me, I must be unworthy. There's something wrong with me, because I attracted this incredible trauma to myself in different ways. And, it does affect you. It has nothing to do with the reality of who you are as a person. Like, you could be the most wonderful person, and, horrible trauma happens to you. And because it's left its mark and it affects you, it kills a part of you, it just makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. You know, that's what happens. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. And of course, I think about my little nephew TJ, my sweetie pie, the love of my life. You know, he has a similar situation with Keanu. You know, his dad left him at around the same age, left him and his mom. He's a heroin addict and went to jail. I think Keanu's dad went to jail, you know? And just up and left this one amazing child. My grandnephew, he knows, he knows, he knows he's the most special person in my life. I hope the other ones aren't listening. But he knows it. He knows, like, but he has a lot of self-doubt about himself because of what he's been through. And he is the most wonderful. My friends meet him and they're just like, they normally don't like to hang around kids. They're like, bring TJ around. He's amazing. He's like an indigo child. He's amazing. He's so talented. He's like an adult. He's like an old soul in a little body. You know, he's just amazing, but he's been through hell with, you know, multiple fathers, you know, and he has a lot of insecurities, the poor kid, you know. He struggles with it, and he's great. He's such an amazing soul. So I can understand how, you know, because childhood makes such a big impression on someone, the early years. We just talked about it from that Catholic saint, and other therapists follow that, you know, other people in that world follow that same line of thinking. They may not know it comes from originally from that Catholic saint, but I have to look that saint up. If anyone knows, please just tell me. Bruce Lipton speaks about it. Bruce Lipton, look him up. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's not a psychic. He's just an amazing healing guy. Oh, God, The Biology of Belief. Bruce Lipton wrote this incredible book called The Biology of Belief. And how exactly what I said earlier, this is a Bruce Lipton thing. Let me show you Keanu's card. Remember, we had all the shock, like everything pierced from thoughts, right? And it makes his body ill. There's something going on with Keanu in his environment that's making his body ill. And it's from the thoughts that have pierced him. And this is a Bruce Lipton thing. So you Keanu lovers, you want to look up Bruce Lipton, The Biology of Belief. He talks about what you believe and what you experience. He talks about this Catholic saint that, you know, how the first 7 years of your life are like that movie running in your head, and it makes an imprint, and it's very hard to deviate from them. You have to reprogram yourself to heal. And you will take that illness in your body. It'll fester and become a cancer or something else, you know, other problems depending on what part of the body you've taken that emotion into. So I think that's what's going on with this wonderful man. He's such a wonderful man, but he's been through, you know, he came into this world in a difficult situation, just like my nephew. And what's happening now is in relation to soulmate, he's contemplating choices. He's thinking about it. He's not happy with what's current, like, you know, the choices that are out there. He doesn't feel like he has the choices. Remember, I picked that up from the Lover's card. When I looked at the Lovers and I tuned into his energy, I said, God, even though everyone loves him and people are, you know, all think they're his soulmate, because I have them all on my channel. There's like 60 people saying they're his soulmate on my channel, just writing in. But they're actually, you know, obviously, at least 59 of them are talking to scammers pretending to be Keanu, right? But a lot of women love him. A lot of people love him in general. But for some reason, what I picked up from the cards, psychically, was he doesn't feel like he has choices for some reason, okay? And he he's working on, like, he feels victorious, like he's got some public recognition, like, wow, I've got all this, I'm good, I'm gonna handle things well. He has he has a certain amount of self-confidence in what he has accomplished creatively with the wands. He's got the victory wreath. These are your vitality, these are your creativity, these are your, these are like, the artist uses the wands, the entrepreneur, he's an entrepreneur, he has many things going on, the wands. So he's very victorious in that part of his life. He has a lot of he's doing well with that, right? But he's not happy with his choices with this, with the love. And he's coming to the end of a cycle with the World card, like a completion. This is the card right before. So right now, he's coming full circle. And he's also maybe traveling. With this, it's also a travel card because it is the world, right? And he has achieved a lot of victory. He has a lot of mastery with the batons. He has achieved a lot of victory with the laurel wreath. He's got his angels and guides, his in the four corners. He's got the, these, he has the man and the eagle and the bull and the lion all there to help him energetically, these archetypes. But we saw that when the next card in his final outcome, it showed up reversed, and it's meant to be in the upright position. That was the judgment card. You see, this is the judgment, and he's not able, oh, that's the card before that, but he's not able in the final outcome to have that energy be in a position where this would be upright, because his current energy is harsh on himself. But again, we have another card showing he's retreating within, right? Sword card. He's like getting rest, taking a break from his thoughts. It's showing that he is trying to renew himself mentally. He's like dropping the swords. He's had enough of them. They were both in reverse, both those 9 and 10 swords. And right now is like he wants to be grounded with the number 4. And he's been through a lot, and he needs to rest and have a certain amount of renewal and solitude. But he still has a certain amount of resistance to change right now. Like, ideally this card would be like, I'm going to go from the stormy waters to the calm waters and be safe and heal, just heal, right? But he's resisting that for some reason. He's resisting that. And, he may derive a lot of joy from his community and friendships, like to celebrate with them and toast, so he can fill his cup with his friendships. But yeah, that's what I got for is Keanu wanting to find the one. Yeah, he wants to. It's on his mind. It's definitely on his mind. Definitely on his mind. So thank you so much, viewers, especially if you watch till the very end of the video. It is a long one tonight, but I was getting a lot of hits psychically and, clairaudiently and feeling through my body, mediumship, certain messages and hearing them and things. So I wanted to express them to you. I can't stop the flow, There's no need to stop the flow. I'm not on the clock right now. So, so just wish him the best, he can change it. We all can change it. So again, if you ever get a tarot reading, some people are scared to get a tarot reading. And I'm like, there's nothing to be scared of. They're like, oh, I'm afraid of what I'll find out. I'm like, no, you empower yourself what you find out. You kidding me? They're like, I'm afraid I'm going to get sick. I'm like, Yeah, but you can catch that early and change it. You can you can see what the current energy and what the long-term outcome is. And if you don't like that long-term outcome, you do something now. You do something now to manifest something different. You're just going to like flip that energy around. That's what it's all about. Nothing is faded, from these cards. This is all your energy. You're the creator of your life. I hope you, I mean, I know we're watching Keanu, but listen, viewers, this goes for everybody. This goes for everybody, not just Keanu, right? You are the creator of your life, and your energy creates. Your thoughts create. Your thoughts create. That programming in the subconscious creates. If you have negative programming, it brings you more suffering. So if you have a subconscious filled with, let me find those cards. Let me find this subconscious card. Where is this card? Yeah. If you have a subconscious, this was Keanu's subconscious. Nine of Swords in reverse. Feeling really alone. And his thoughts are just been driving him crazy. His subconscious, is like, I'm always alone. I'm lonely. Oh yeah, that's what the viewer said, by the way. The viewer who wrote this question said, Keanu looks really lonely, right? Let's read her question again about this reading. I love your readings. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for your support. It keeps me going. You are the most authentic tarot readers I have heard. I think now he is realizing that he has reached a certain age and feels surrounded by many people. Oh yeah, he's surrounded by his friends as many people. Even though he's surrounded and celebrating, he feels more alone. Do you think he's going to shift his life and look for the one? Oh, look for the one. Well, he's thinking about it, but it looks like he's chickened out a bit about it because he's not feeling confident. He's lost hope. So listen, viewer, I don't know if he's going to do that. It's like it's on the edge right now. Is he going to try and fail because he has got these thoughts that are negative? Or is he going to say, I'm going to have faith? Because he's capable of that blind faith and just do it like that puppy dog. That sweet puppy dog blind faith and, oh, I have faith in you, I just love you, in life, and have that vulnerability and to ask for guidance, just all of that, right? If he had that, if he could just reach out to his angels and guides, he would find the one. They would gladly bring that person to him or bring him to her, whatever. But he's not feeling confident right now. He's about that soulmate and the one, right? So what can you do? I know a lot of you want him to have that happiness. You could pray for him. You could go and watch my most benevolent outcome miracle prayer in MBO and the MBP. I talk about Tom Timor. You can pray for others. You can pray for others for their most benevolent outcome, right? And do a most benevolent prayer for their most benevolent outcome for Keanu. And just go watch that video if you want to wish him well, that he find his soulmate. She came up as the Empress in the last readings I did. And that was interesting because I saw another tarot card reader, Chrissy, and she's always calling the one the Empress. What you guys are, and what I call the soulmate. And that Empress, it came up in a couple of his readings on finding his soulmate, and the cards kept showing up as the Empress. So I thought that was interesting. So I saw that, and there's some, I think Ocean Tarot would call him the one. Ocean, if you like to watch Keanu readings, Ocean Tarot. And I saw another reader just today, or was it yesterday? I forget. Celebrity Tarot, some Celebrity News and Tarot. She had something on Keanu. Um, so I was curious because it shows up on my YouTube up next because uh, I do so many Keanu readings now. They're showing up on my YouTube, and I don't watch TV. I just have YouTube on a Fire Stick in my television, and I don't even get to watch any movies there. But I want to start watching my Netflix. I want to watch Outlander. I want to catch up for the last 5 years. I think it's on my Netflix. I could catch up the last 5 years and then get the series on Stars and watch the latest one. But I'm just trying to juggle some time. And so thank you for joining in, and thank you members for being so supportive. Thank you, those of you who've donated to the channel. I really, God, warmed my heart. I just unexpected. So many nice people donated to the channel in different ways through Super Thanks. And, of course, if you do Venmo or PayPal, I keep most of it and not YouTube because YouTube takes I think half with the Super Thanks. I'm not sure. I have to find out, but it's a lot. But I'm just grateful from your heart to my heart that you've been so kind and your kind words. So let me know if all of you who read his stuff, let me know what you think of this reading. If this sounds like Keanu, I love to hear your validation, what you know, because I just know a little bit. All right, take care. Have a wonderful holiday month. If you don't come back to the channel for a while, have a wonderful holiday month. Bye.